Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It is a great day. We're getting a Glizzard update. Yes, everybody loves the Glizzard. I got a box full of goodies here. Just some little odds and end things. We're running down to Bissett Performance. Going to check out my main man, Junior Bissett. See some of the work that he's done. Get you guys kind of informed on the game plan of what we got going on with the Glizzard. And then we're going to come back here and do some work. So, like always, we got the giveaway going on. We got to talk about this beautiful Trailblazer 2007 6-liter nitrous RC components lowered. Thing is absolutely badass. David, where you at? I'm trying to get some real world experience so you can tell the people what it's like. You've kind of daily drove the Trailblazer. What's it like?
Oh, that's great. It drives like any daily should drive.
I do have to let you know.
Sounds really good. It's pretty quick.
Now that the tires are aired down to 20 pounds, it dead hooks on the street.
I bet.
Like dead hooks on the street.
I bet.
Like
no prep.
I bent Brandon's neck. Now it's on motor. It's got gas. We ain't sprayed it yet, but when we do spray it, the thing's going to be a real muffin cap peeler. So if you guys want to get entered to win this absolutely badass Trailblazer, go to lsnasty.com. First link in the description below. We got some new merchandise out there. Every dollar you spend is an entry to win. We got swag boxes. The swag boxes are double entries. So you guys can double your chances to win this thing by picking up our swag boxes. They have some exclusive merchandise, some new shirts that you guys can get before anyone else. And this thing right here, it's going to be going to someone. Someone else is going to own it. It's tough though, dude. 6 lug B-locks. 17-inch front runners. Thing's tougher than a $2 steak, boys. Because of the astronomically high gas prices, I've officially parked. I've parked the trucks. I've parked the dualies. David, you drove the diesel down here, bro. What are you thinking?
My wallet is screaming.
What are you thinking?
My wallet is not happy.
No? What you're gonna have to start driving the Nissan?
No, that thing takes premium and it's terrible on gas. I'm gonna sell the Nissan. Anybody wants to buy a 350Z, hit me up.
Oh my god. I have reverted to the Colorado. I was gonna get it immediately and pull the motor out of it and start the LS swap, but I've been driving it. I've been driving it for like 3 days. I burned like a quarter tank of fuel. 5-speed Colorado for the win. So we're gonna take this down to Junior's shop, see what we got going on there, and hopefully it's gonna be a badass video. Alright guys, we're here at Bissett Performance with the Glizzard. We did we do an update video on this?
No,
I don't think we've done one on this. Started off as a 25-2 Fox body roller that I got, and then we had the great idea, let's build a 2-person ride-along car, but still be competitive in running the small block boost, local shootout stuff. So we brought it over here to Bissett Performance. You guys know Junior. He has been working on the Colorado, getting me right with that, and he is doing some amazing work on this thing. This thing had a laundry list of things to do. When I brought it to you, the floors were cut out on it. It was kind of a ragged mess, and that was pretty much it. Had the motor in there and the transmission in there, and that was it. And I kind of said, well, you take it away from here. So from hanging the front end, hanging the doors, doing a double frame rail, mountain seats, steering column, pedals, firewall, tin work, everything. So
all over.
Yeah, this is, I think, pretty much everything front to back.
Pretty much.
Well, first off, the doors are on.
Yeah. Doors on. Doors is working.
This is our custom door latch for it.
This is John Dock 101 door latch.
Well, the doors will not come off with that door latch.
That's just temporary, you know, while you're swinging them back and forth. And like I say, they work good. They come on and off easy. Back and putting all the stuff in them. Like I say, the way everything is made on the hinges, both sides are total adjustable. And then, you know, back and forth. Both sides work good. So we got that out of the way for them.
It drives me nuts how easy it just picks them up and they go on perfect, because I'd be over there putting the doors on for my black car with a hammer, and this is a lot nicer than what I'm used to.
Yeah. We get this one straightened out, we're gonna have to fix the doors on the black sheet. But then all of his, you know, inside, we had to go in there and cut all the center out of it. We got one seat mounted, and we started building everything around the seat. Got the firewall squared away and bracing, everything put in there. Then we just measured John for the pedals and the steering column.
So double frame rail in here, David. You come take a look at this stuff. It is like art in here. This side is covered up with all the tin work, and it looks like this is how it should be built, you know, from the factory. It doesn't look like that it was built once before and then we cut it all out. It looks absolutely awesome. So because we're doing, you know, the ride along stuff, I want to make sure whoever's riding with me, they feel safe. The double frame rail, added structure, just a little bit more protection. Plus, I think it's badass. I like doing double frame rail stuff on everything.
And then it's got a lot of safety features. You know, the panels here, you know, keep where you had drive shaft explosions, universals come apart. You know, you don't have to worry about hitting your leg. Same thing with the sides, feet pedal, everything's just a...
Yeah, so the other side right now is exposed without the tin in there, so we'll go over there.
You can see it.
You guys can see how good it looks.
This door still works, got the John Dock latch special, but it comes off just as easy.
It's almost a shame that you have to hide all that artwork with the tin, but it is, I think for whoever's riding over there, they'll have the peace of mind, and it won't be as terrifying. A lot of people, you know, you're gonna be riding with the transmission just sitting right here, but that'll freak out enough people, let alone seeing any part of the ground go by as we go like 170.
Yeah. And then just like the Colorado, this one's got a belly pan that's going under the bottom of it, you know, so it all comes together. That way everything from the mid plate, you know, to the back, totally sealed up.
Awesome.
You know, you won't have any, you won't be able to look through and see any ground. Everything will be covered up.
Awesome. And you're safe here. Drive shaft loop. Yeah. Like he said, you know, U-joint explosions. We're going to run a carbon drive shaft, so you don't have to worry about, this is a disclaimer for anyone that wants to ride in this, you don't have to worry about getting beat by a drive shaft. It's a carbon one, so if it breaks, it'll turn to dust.
Like I say, it's got one drive shaft loop here, and then coming down the sides. Then it's going to have another one, it basically in your kidney area, you know, in the seat where the rider or the driver, where your kidneys would be. It'll basically have another, you know, drive shaft loop in it, tied into the cross member under the car.
So you're gonna be safe. You're gonna be safe. Yeah.
Won't have any problems.
We're gonna make sure you're going home, so maybe you can ride in it again or something like that. But
then, like I say, we even put crossbars behind the seat. We're gonna put some uprights. That way, you don't have to worry about any head and neck problems. You know, because you know we got John driving, so we're not taking any chances.
The big thing is, I think me and you have talked about this before. Is I don't want to wreck probably more than whoever's riding doesn't want me to wreck.
I tell people all the time, oh man, I don't want to ride with you. I don't want to ride with you. Well, one thing about riding with us, we don't want to get hurt, so we're definitely not going to try to hurt you.
Yeah, yeah. And I ain't trying to wad one up, you know. Yeah. But unfortunately, I think that's part of the risk and part of the excitement is that just like the on the edge, the thrill, the speed, everything like that. So it's going to be wild. I mean, this thing here, it's got a stout motor, 2-speed 400. The car's going to be light, you know, carbon doors, carbon front end. I think this would be, you know, in that low 4-second range where, you know, a lot of people, if they were to get into a 5-second car, they'd shit their pants. So to stick them in a 4-second car on methanol, it's loud with zoomies. It's going to be like the shock and awe.
That's it.
It's going to be wild. So
then you come to the front, you see a lot of stuff that you can't see. You know, it's got a mid plate in it, but then it's got a frame that's hidden, but it's not hidden. You know, all this actually ties together to the mid plate, you know, back and forth. So when you take the firewall's finished except for the designs we're going to put in it, but when you take the firewall out, you can actually see how this support is going to all tie into and integrate with the mid plate, keep its structure, you know, from twisting and, you know, trying to do crazy stuff.
It looks absolutely awesome.
Then when you put the firewall back in it, we'll put some kind of design in here when we get to that point, and then it goes back in. Seals up, and we'll stitch it all in place, and everything will come through. And it just works out, you know, way smoother. It's a lot cleaner. Same thing.
Looks killer. Looks killer. And when I brought it to you, it was like I didn't know where it was going to go or how it was going to look, and you've totally exceeded my expectations with it because I was like, well, this is going to suck. Whoever's got to fix this giant hole I made.
Yeah.
But it looks
Same
awesome.
thing with a lot of this stuff here. When we get mounting the front end, we're going to trim all these edges off. So when we're working on it, we're not cutting, scraping, grinding on ourselves. Make it a lot neater and stronger. That way when we mount the front end, you know, it'll have our Zeus's, the rails, and a protection around the front of it. Because we have the fuel cell and everything in place that we're going to build for it.
I'm excited about this. So, and then just before, can I hop up in here again?
Yeah.
We'll show them the Junior kind of fit me up with the seating position, the steering column, the brakes, and all that. I don't know if it's because I started driving the cow and I sat really far down and back with that, but I like to sit back in the car, so Junior knows that. So he got me sitting back here inside the hoop, get my steering wheel placement right, get my pedal placement right. So kind of, what do you do when you're, you know, I'm sitting here? What are you looking at?
Well, the biggest thing, we got to find the center of where the actual driver is. So you use the center of his chest to find your marks that you're going to put the center of the tube. That gives you equal measurements on each side for your feet to be in place, and then build all your structure off of it. You know, this I have a downward bar and then 2 triangles, you know, to put support in it. Because once we get that like we want it, this is just a mock-up setup. We're going to take it off and we're going to put this extension in it so the steering column will actually be lower.
And I like that because my fat ass crawling in and out of these cars, I need as much room as I can get to get in and out without stabbing myself in the side. You'll stab yourself in the side about 1 time with the steering column before you're like, all right, I'm going to run that 5-inch adapter.
Yeah. But when you're building all this and trying to get it in place, it's so much easier to do this than come back and cut it. And like I say, then you can put your extensions in it where you want it, and you got it all made. Works a lot better. Then the same thing with the brake pedal. Like I say, we're going to take this brake pedal, and this, naturally you're going to see the pedals on it backwards, but we're going to turn that around for John. And the brake pedal is going to mount right up in there.
That'll be perfect.
Same thing with the accelerator pedal. You know, that way it'll fit it. And then you just measure it, figure out your height, your width, and your lengths.
It's extremely comfortable. Like, we got no issues. I mean, it's just sitting in the car, you feel, I feel comfortable in the car. You know, I feel like, you know, you can go here. I think that's a big thing, is if you get in a car and you're uncomfortable or something doesn't feel right, it definitely affects the way you drive. When you're in the car, you're sitting in here and you feel comfortable. You're not thinking about anything else other than like, hey, I'm gonna cut this tree, or hey, I got to go out here and drive this thing. So that's one thing. And even the Colorado now, I sit in there, like when you sit in there, you just feel comfortable. You feel like, you know, you're ready to drive it. So.
Yeah. Then the same thing with bending the double frame rail. You put your bends in it to accommodate the legs, the seat, and then tighten everything up so it's against it. So, you know, there's no plan for it. You just have to bend it by ear and then make everything fit around what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it looks absolutely awesome. The tin work here at Bissett Performance is like next level. I don't think I've ever shown the bottom of the Colorado yet.
No.
And it's like, all right, I've never shown you guys. I'll have to go back to the shop before we end this video and film it. But the tin work that gets done here is absolutely top notch. Looks awesome. So it's, you know, what's crazy is when you pull the tin off underneath it, it's artwork as well, because look at all these bars. I mean, it literally looks like that's how it's supposed to be. So it I think, you know, for what we were trying to accomplish here, kind of finish it out, make it a little bit safer, a little bit more rigid, knocked it out of the park. So I'm super excited. This thing looks it looks killer.
Looks killer. We got some dash stuff we're going to do here. We're not going to let you leave this one with this open pile. And then just like going back to the Colorado, when we get it back up here, all the edges that everybody sees,
yep,
you know,
clean them up.
They're going to be cleaned up, and it'll look like a totally different truck.
Oh, that's awesome. So,
and, you know, the main thing we knew when we got it back to you, we had a lot of cutting to do to where we needed to get it,
yep,
to make everything finish.
Yeah, you know? I know that thing. Since I got it back from you, I was chopped the whole front end off, and you know, it's really taken a whole nother turn. Now we're getting the big block ready to go in there. So this one here, small block blower, I got to build zoomies for it, which is terrifying. So we're gonna see how that goes. It won't take me 9 months like last time, I promise you that. But I guess really when I get it back from you here, it's gonna be
zoomies and wiring and plumbing. Yeah,
so it's gonna be pretty much. It's terrifying when you leave it all up to me. Then I got no excuse. I can't be like, oh, you know. If it takes a while, it's on me. So we're gonna get a shifter for you here, get the shifter mounted, and I mean, other than that, we're ready to rock and roll. So this thing's coming along absolutely awesome. I'm like blown away. I'm super excited about it. So yeah, if you guys need any work done, fabrication, you guys do the relay panels, which I've shown in the other video. They're absolutely awesome. So any wiring stuff, fabrication. You're building a charge pipe for me, fuel tank. I mean, they literally do it all, one-stop shop here at Bissett Performance. So I'll put the link to your Facebook down below. If you guys have any questions, want to reach out to Junior or his crew, you guys can send him a message on Facebook. But don't be taking my spots around here. I like to keep a shot in Bissett Performance. You know, I have one spot. Don't come in here and be like, hey, I'm gonna take John's spot. It's mine. So respect that. But you guys can hit him up really for all your needs. I mean, you do everything from.
The only thing we basically don't do is paint. Anything else you need to, you know, car build, rear housings, frames, interior, sheet metal, wiring, plumbing, headers. You know, I can't step on John's headers. You know, John, we got to have John's headers on this one. Yeah. But biggest thing is just satisfy the customer what they're wanting and try to give them what they need.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I'm super excited. I can't wait. This thing, it's gonna look great. And once we get it done from here, we'll get the zoomies built. We'll plumb it up at the shop because we got the Brown & Miller crimper. We'll run it over nasty wraps, get it wrapped. Shannon's doing a big wing for it. And we've like, this thing's kind of evolved from like, hey, I'll just slap it together, to this whole crazy build in itself. I kind of have that problem of doing that, but it's got a fiberglass trunk, which you're putting on with Zeus rails, fiberglass, bumper for it. We're gonna get, you got all the stuff to mount the parachutes, build a whole. It's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look just as good on the outside as it does on the inside here. So I think it's gonna be insane. My goal with this thing here is I want to go to like Red Springs or run a local shootout with 2 people in it. So like after I whoop someone's ass, we both get out on the big end. We're both like, good race, and they're just looking at us like, why are there 2 people in the car? That's really my goal. I want to go and win a race with 2 people in it. I think that'd be pretty cool. So
that'd be a treat.
It's awesome. So big shout out to Junior and everyone here at Business Performance. Always getting me taken care of. Just trying to showcase the badass work. A lot of people don't appreciate what goes into the chassis work and just the thought behind it, and you really got to play chess, not checkers, when it comes to this stuff. So just as much work as you guys see with cutting and grinding and all that stuff going in here, I'd probably say there's twice as much thought and thinking about it going into it. So
well, just like with this build, we had to put 2 seats in it and figure out where we were going to put 2 seats before we started building the frame.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes if you're just doing one, you could put 1 seat in it and then you could just go to work. This one we had to work around 2 seats, and then make safety provisions, for both seats and both people riding.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm excited for this one. I guess I can't end this video yet. I got to go back. I got the Colorado up on ProJacks. I'll show you guys the badass tin work that the guys here at Business Performance did, and then that's going to be your update on our 2-seater Fox body project, the Blizzard here, with our blown TKM Pro Charged 2-speed 400 muffin cap peeling machine. So I mean, just keep an eye out on this. I mean, we're eventually going to have an opportunity for someone at home to ride in this thing, so you guys get to see what goes into us getting it ready for you to ride in it. Alright guys, I'm editing this video and I forgot to film, but I wasn't going to let you guys down. The bottom side of the Colorado. So you can see a little bit of it here. Business Performance, Junior and the guys over there, their tin work is absolutely awesome. So we have it set up where it's smooth bottom the whole way. It's got a removable belly pan through the center of it, and it just looks absolutely insane under here. Smooth bottom, removable. It is just absolutely sick. So the tin work that he does there is literally second to none. You can see it right through here as well, all down in there. And then it captures itself perfectly at the back here. It's perfect. Highly recommend. Junior and the guys over at Business Performance have done nothing but amazing work for me and got me taken care of. So highly recommend them for all of your chassis needs, wiring, plumbing. They literally do it all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.